Hello everyone, my name is Philippe Fev and I'm here from the Institute for a Great Europe, where we're starting a new series where we're going to explore European politics around the continent. We are a youth-led think tank based in Brussels with diverse membership all over the European Union and beyond, exploring very much Europe both inside and outside the EU and Europe's place in the world. Today you join us here in the heart of the European Union, in Brussels, as cloudy as it is, in front of the Berlaymont building, which houses the European Commission. Named after the former boarding school, the European Commission Berlaymont building is where the Commission President Ursula von der Leyen and her college of commissioners, one per member state, draft the legislation, decisions, and very much enact the policies that make up the European Union. Now you join us here at the Council of the European Union, which is just opposite the Berlaymont building we were just talking at. Now, the Council of the European Union is one of the legislative institutions of the European Union. They help amend and adapt the legislation that's given by the European Commission into something that can then be adopted by the member states. The Council itself is made up of different configurations based on national ministers. So, for example, if they're discussing an issue on agriculture, then the agricultural ministers of each of the 27 member states of the European Union would meet. Council is run by a rotating presidency, which rotates every 6 months through the member states. Right now it is, for example, the Portuguese who are heading the presidency of the Council, whereas the end of last year it was the German presidency. These help set the directions of the Council and indeed help influence the directions of the overall legislative agenda of the European Union. Now, not moving too far, because in fact they share the same building, is the European Council, which, trust me, is a different institution than the Council of the European Union. The European Council is a council made up of the heads of state or government of the member states of the European Union, and they meet rather frequently to discuss the overall agenda. They're not necessarily involved in the legislation, they're not necessarily involved in the day-to-day, but they're there from the top, helping define overall what should happen at the Commission, the Council, and other configurations of the European Union. The European Council is headed up by a president, in this case President Charles Michel, who used to be the former Prime Minister of Belgium. The Council President is there to help bring together a lot of the opinions and ideas of the member states and is often a former head of government or state themselves. Often the High Representative for Foreign and Security Policy, in this case Josep Borrell, joins these meetings, especially when there are matters of common foreign and security policy or common security and defence. They meet at minimum twice every 6 months, but often try and meet monthly, as they have done during this past pandemic. And finishing up the trio of European institutions, behind me we have the European Parliament, made up of 705 directly elected MEPs from all member states of the European Union. They also share the legislative power of the Council of the European Union, where they debate, they amend, and they discuss the proposals made by the European Commission. They also have numbers of committees within them, for example, INTRA, the Committee on Trade Relations, the Committee on Foreign Affairs, Agriculture, Fisheries, etc. And they're made up of groups of political parties who sit together based on the party that they were elected from in their member state. For example, the European People's Party, one of the largest parties, is made up usually of conservative parties or right-of-centre parties in member states. The other two biggest parties are Renew Europe, which is seen as a centrist group, and the Progressive Alliance of Socialists and Democrats, who are a left-of-centre group. The Parliament is led by a president, David Sassoli. However, he is mostly there for administrative and dealing with issues of coordination between the parties and legislation. The European Parliament does have another seat in Strasbourg, France, where it meets quite often, and this is seen as its plenary location, where they meet for issues relating a bit more closely with the European Union based here in Brussels. We've had the honour of meeting some of these MEPs, Markéta Gregorova, who came to us from Czechia, and Nacho Sanchez, who came to us from Spain, and we hope to be doing more videos with them in the future. Next, do watch out for our video in Strasbourg, where we'll have a visit to the other seat of the European Parliament and discuss a little more about the institutions there, including the non-European Union ones, including the Council of Europe. Thank you very much for watching this first series of episodes on European institutions. We hope you enjoyed, and we hope it enlightened you a little bit more about what the European Union is and what its role is in Greater Europe. Please like and follow all of our social media to keep in touch with us: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Spotify for our podcast, and more. And we'll be bringing you more of these information and ideas about Greater Europe throughout the coming months.